Hello parishioners, I'm John Nielsen. You'll probably recognize me because I'm there doing the readings most Sundays. My impressions of Father David are that he is a different priest than your average priest. And when he first came to the parish, I had no idea of what he would be like, and I'd never ever even heard of him before, so I had no pre-idea, and he's really surprised me. Father David's not your average priest, and he's definitely very opinionated, and he really does stick to his opinions once he forms them. His homilies on Sunday are something that most people notice, and they're longer than average, sometimes appreciably longer than average, and that has been cause for concern for a few people. But myself, I find them to be really interesting. Most of the homilies really have a point. He starts off usually with a bit of a story, and then he weaves that story into the message that's in the gospel, or sometimes he weaves the gospel story around his personal story that he tells. And I think it's very effective. And he has a couple of themes that he really does like to impress on people. One of those themes is his real interest in pro-life, and he's a much stronger advocate of that than most priests, I think probably than any priest I've come across. He's all in all, I find that he's one of the best priests that I have had. And he's certainly the longest priest that I've ever had in the time that I've been a Catholic, which is all my life. And I've been in several different parishes over my life. And I find after the time that Father has spent here in Holy Spirit, I've got to love him. I just can't think of what the parish would be like without him. He is certainly different. When we see him off in retirement, I'm going to be sorry to see him go. Of course I'm going to welcome our new priest, Father Raymond, but I will still miss Father David. Father David has made a real impression on my life. And to conclude, I would like to just ask parishioners to get any mementos, in the way of something that they can write about him, or videos or photos that they're willing to put into a montage about Father David's time here in Holy Spirit. I'd ask you to bring any of those things when you come into communion on Sundays, and just hand them into the person that is at the gate when you drive into the parking lot. That way we'd like to keep this a bit of a surprise for Father David, and so that if you hand them in to the first person at the gate, then you will be sort of keeping it a little bit of a surprise for Father David. I know that he's going to be expecting something, but we'll surprise him with what it is. So, thank you all.
Good afternoon. My name is Francis Dinglasan and my wife Minnie. I have known actually Father David in the in the
Late 80s.
early 80s.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and in Aldergrove. And I have known him, and my three boys actually were taking the CCD program. I wasn't really very active at the parish, but I just bring my kids there, and that's it. I've never really became very close with Father, but he has been very helpful in other ways. Then we moved to Vancouver, and I was a choir director of St. Francis de Sales for 7 years, and I have not seen Father for a long time until Father George from Holy Spirit was moved to another place. But meantime, I helped that parish also while Father George was still there, and they pushed me to become a choir director again. And then Father David happens to be the one replacing priest, and replacing.
And then when Father moved to to Holy Spirit, we became acquainted again and became really good friends because we've known him before. So we got stuck at Holy Spirit. We couldn't go back to St. Francis because he wanted us to stay there. So eventually we bought a house here in Queensborough. And he married all my children, my three boys. He was the officiating priest, and he baptized all my grandchildren. So we are really close friends with Father David. So, anything else? And we are really sorry that he is retiring. He's moving out, but he's still stay close, so we can always visit him and he can visit us. He's been to our house several times, and in events, birthdays and Christmases. So we will. So he knows where we live, so he can come and visit us anytime.
And anyway, Father David, we want to let you know that you will miss us very much. But
we'll miss you too.
We will miss you too. But there's no need for us to be missing you, because we know where you live,
and
you know where we live. You're always open in our hearts and in our house too. Thank you.
My name is Jerry Bautista. I'm obviously the head of the family for the Bautista family. My family and I had been with the Holy Spirit Parish for the last 12 years, and at that time, we started to meet Father David when we first bought our place here in Port Royal, Queensborough. From the start, we have already built rapport with Father David, so we would exchange our contact information, and then aside from the usual attendance to the masses, either early mass during Saturdays or the regular masses on Sundays, we would have get together. We'll invite Father David over to our house for dinner, have some wine, and it would always be a good experience for us. What I've learned about Father David that changed my life is that I have learned to be more truthful to myself. I say things the way I want to say them without thinking what would be the repercussions on other people, because I know that I'm saying things in good faith anyway, and I stand by what I say. And in the process, my family and I have built credibility with Father David, such that I personally had been involved in some of the projects in the parish. Depending on my availability, Father David would always volunteer me to be parts of different committees in the church, which I am very thankful for. My family and I had a very good experience with the Holy Spirit Parish and with Father David in particular. And I encourage all of you to do the same thing that we're doing right now. Participate in conveying to Father David our appreciation of what he has done for the parish, leave a short message for him. Some of our parish leaders would be coordinating with you for this initiative, and you would see the information down. Thank you.
Okay, we would like to congratulate Father for his upcoming retirement. You've been a part of our family since we moved here to Queensborough. You know our place, Father, you know where we live, so even after your retirement, I'm pretty sure that we will see each other again. So as they say, when you retire, you will say goodbye to pension, but you will say hello to pension. Okay? Stay safe and keep in touch.
We'll miss you, Father. Thank you for always being so kind to our family. Although you are living a bit farther from us, like Mom said, you know where we are. We'll always be happy to have you back for dinner and from some red wine maybe. And we'll miss you.
I'll be more than happy to drop you off some soup or any of my baked goods that I keep making throughout the years. So we'll see each other soon again, Father.
Bye.
Hello, fellow Holy Spirit Parish parishioners. My name is Sigfrid Yano. I would like to invite you all to send your well wishes and messages for Father David's retirement on July 11th. We want to illustrate Father David's 16 years of ministry in Queensborough by compiling a video to commemorate his service to our community and the proclamation of the gospel. We would appreciate if you could send in a video. Thank you, and God bless.
Oh, hello. My name is Joe Vaz. Many of you know me, and I've been coming to Holy Spirit for a long time. How it started is in the Catholic magazine. I was interested in the traditional Mass, and I came to this church many years ago, about 12:30 in the afternoon, attending traditional Mass. But then the next week, I came in at a different time, 11 o'clock, and Father David was the priest, doing the service then. Well, once I listened to Father David, I became a parishioner ever since. Father has also married me and my wife Judy, and my parents died abroad in Portugal in 2013. And although the funeral took place in Portugal, Father very kindly agreed to do a service for my mom and dad, celebrating their life. So I've been a parishioner for a long time. The one thing that I love about Father is that he gives you the truth, the good news in a straight way. His homilies, I think they are very to the point. In fact, Father could be giving his homilies in a cathedral as well as here. So straight to the point. He's been a great shepherd and a wonderful person. So from me, I'm going to miss Father dearly. I'm sure we all will. So we wish Father well in his retirement.
Hi, my name is Fred Yano, a former Grand Knight, Catechist, and Lector in Holy Spirit Parish. On July 11th, Father David will be retiring after 40 years in priestly service, and we'd like to extend an invitation to your well wishes or short video greetings into hspqnw@gmail.com by June 12th. Thank you, and we look forward in hearing from you.